In the last video, while writing the unit test case for this controller action method, we were having some problem at this line. And the reason for this error is the return type that you are writing in your action method. In ASP.NET Core action method, you can write three options over here. This is the first one. Let me just copy and paste it again. Here I'm writing this 2. I'm going to copy it and paste it again. And this is going to be 3. So basically we are having these 3 versions over here. This is the first version. Second version could be, here I'm using only the IActionResult. You don't have to write these details, the action result and the type. You don't have to worry about that. Simply use the IActionResult. This is the interface, and this can hold any kind of return type. It means it can handle either OK, bad request, good request, not found, or direct return type also. It can handle all of them. The third one could be, you are writing the direct return type at this place like this, not the OK result. So it means now you are not writing this OK. These are the 3 possible ways to return your data from the controller action method. And we have to handle all 3 of them in our unit test case. This is quite interesting concept. Let's learn that. So first we will focus on this simplest one. This is the simplest one. Okay, I'll be working on this get all book 3. So this is my same unit test case that I was writing in the previous video, and over there I was calling this get all books method, which is the first one. Now let's talk about this third one. So here I'm writing this third one, get all books. Check the type of this result. It says the return type is this IEnumerable book. So directly we are getting the list of the book. So no need to worry about anything else, just like this. I am putting a debugger over here, and I will run this unit test case in the debug mode. We will check the type also at this place. Let's just run this unit test case in the debug mode. At this place you can notice that in the result we are getting 2 objects of the book that we are writing. It means the result is having 2 objects. So if I just continue over here, you can notice that the unit test case is pass and it is working fine. The simplest learning is that if your action method is returning the direct data like this without any action result, then you can directly access that data. Here you can also check like result 0, the first instance dot title is this book 1, like that. You can also do that. So if I'm writing this assert dot equal, and here I'm writing this, let's say book 1, like that. So result first dot title, this will also work. Let me just quickly run it and see if it is working or not. You can notice that this is successful and it is working fine. So it means getting the data is not a problem in this case. Now let's talk about this second approach, which is this IActionResult. Remember, this IActionResult is an interface and it can hold multiple types of data. It can also hold the direct book. It can also hold this OK result. It can also hold the bad result, not found. There are quite a few return types. It can hold all of them. So because this can hold all of them, so over here in this unit test case, we have to find out what is the type that we are getting. And based on that, once we confirm, then we will cast that data from that OK result to the actual data. Let's learn how to do that. So again, this is returning the same books, but this time it is OK, and we are having this IActions result. So let's use this get all books 2. So this time I will be using that 2. Immediately you will see that we are getting these errors at this place. What is the return type this time? This time you will notice that the return type is IActionResult. And as I was saying that this IActionResult could be of any type. But from our action method, we are returning this OK action result. At this place, we have to first check, is this the correct OK action result or are we getting something else? Here I'm writing this OK result. Assert has this one method, isType. By using that, we can check if the data is of this OK object result or not. It will do 2 things over here. First, it will check if it is failing, then we will get the error and basically the unit test case will fail. If the return type is this correct OK object result, then it will cast that data to this OK object result. Now, the data is available over here. We need the list of the books. For that, we have to cast it again. How do we do that? Where books. Either you can use this assert.isAssignable from. This is also one of the best and safe approach, or you can also use let's say book 1. Here I'm writing this OK result dot value as IEnumerable book. So these are two approach. You can use any one of them. Now the books and the books one has the actual data. Let's see the type. Just see the type over here. It is IEnumerable of book. It means the list of books. Over here also you can see that this is the list of the book. So if I'm using the book over here, you can notice the error is gone from here and from here like that. So what is the important learning? If you are returning the IActionResult, then make sure you are checking your type first, because this could return so many other values. Once it is done, then you will have to convert that data, because the return type is this OK object result. This is the return type. This is not our actual data that we are getting. Let's put some breakpoints and see how this will work this time. I'm going to run this in the debug mode first. Okay, so see what is this. In the result, you can notice the type is this OK object result. If I expand, you will notice that we are having few things. This is my value, and that's what we are doing over here. First, we are checking if it is of type this OK object result by passing the result, and then we are accessing this value over here. So it means in the value, you will notice that this value has the main data. This is the data that we are expecting. You can also check the status code over here if it is returning 200 or something else by using this status code. And in this books object, now you can see that we are getting both the books, which is fine. Now let's just stop it and talk about our third approach. The third one is the first one that we are having. In this one, what we are using this ActionResult, but we are explicitly telling the method that the return type is going to be this one. Let's try this getAllBooks method now. So over here, I'm using this getAllBooks, this one, right? Now, first, let's see what is the type, the data that you are getting over here. I'm not changing anything, just simply running it. So run in the debug mode and see the data. This time you will notice that over here we are having these two extra properties. This is the result and this is the value. Earlier in the previous version, when I was using that IActionResult, we were not getting these two extra properties. We were getting all these things directly in this result. But now we are having these two result and the value also. So as a result, we have to use this result property. It means over here, I have to use that result. Okay, let's just run it again and see how this will work. So first I'm running without the debug mode. You can notice that this is successful, working fine. But if you want to debug it, you can also do that. What is the data we are getting? We are getting two properties, result, and what is the type of this result? OK object result. And that's what we are checking over here. The type is fine. We are having this OK object result, and now from this one we have to get the value, the 0 and 1. We are having two objects, and that's what I'm doing over here. I'm accessing this value and converting it to this IEnumerable of book. So it means if I will press my F10, you will notice that in the books I'm having both the books. This is how you can access the data that you are getting from your action method. And here we are getting the value, but if you want to check the status code, then you can simply use the OK result dot status code. It means, let's say here I'm writing this assert dot equal 200 OK result dot status code. So this is also something you can write at this place, because this OK result will have several properties and you can write your assert methods based on all of them. I hope there will not be any more confusion in this one and the concept will be clear. Thank you for watching.